Hello, welcome to the Self Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Chapter 3 Understanding Social Institutions. And our topic is education. Education is a lifelong process involving both formal and informal institutions of learning. Here we are, however, confining ourselves only to school education. We are all aware how the important getting admission into a school is. We also know for many of us school is a step towards a higher education and finally employment. For some of us it may mean acquiring some necessary social skills. What is common in all cases is that there is a felt need for education. Sociology understands this need as a process of transmission or communication of group heritage that is common to all societies. There is a qualitative distinction between simple societies and complex modern societies. In the case of former, there was no need for formal schooling. Children learned customs and the broader way of life by participating in activities with their adults. In complex societies, we saw there is an increasing economic division of labor, separation of work from home, need for specialized learning and skill attainment. Rise of state system, nations, and complex sets of symbols and ideas. How do you get educated informally in such context? How would parents or other adults informally communicate? All that has to be known to the next generation. Education in such social context has to be formal and explicit. Furthermore, modern complex societies, in contrast to simple societies, rest on abstract universalistic values. This is what distinguishes it from a simple society that depends on a particularistic values based on family, kin, tribe, caste, and religion. Schools in modern societies are designed to promote uniformity, standardized aspirations, and universalistic values. There are many ways of doing this. For example, one can speak of uniform dress for school children. Can you think of other features that promote standardization? For a milder crime, no society can survive without a common base, a certain number of ideas, sentiments, and practices which education must inculcate in all children indiscriminately to whatever social category they belong. Education should prepare the child for a special occupation and enable the child to internalize the core values of society. The functionalist sociologist thus speaks in terms of general social needs and social norms. For the functionalist, education maintains and renews the social structure, transmits and develops niche culture. The educational system is an important mechanism for the selection and allocation of individuals in their future roles in the society. It is also regarded as the ground for providing one's ability and hence selective agency for different status according to their abilities. Recall our discussion on the functionalist understanding of roles and stratification. For the sociologist who perceive society as unequally differentiated, education functions as a main stratifying agent, and at the same time, the inequality of educational opportunity is also a product of social stratification. In other words, we go to different kinds of schools depending on our socio-economic background. And because we go to some kind of schools, we acquire different kind of privileges and finally opportunities. For instance, some argue that the schooling intensifies the existing divide between the elite and the masses. Children going to privileged schools learn to be confident, while children deprived of that may feel the opposite. However, there are many more children who simply cannot attend school or drop out. For instance, a study reports you are seeing some children in the school now. If you come during the cultivation season, you may see almost zero attendance from the SC and ST children. They all take some household responsibilities while the parents are out to work, and girl children of these communities seldom attend school, as they do various kinds of work, both domestic and income generating. A 10-year-old girl picks dry cow dung to sell, for example. The report indicates how gender and caste discrimination impinges upon the chances of education. Recall how we begin this chapter about a child's chance for a good job being shaped by a host of social factors. Your understanding of the way social institutions function should help you analyze the process better now. Now, let us wind up the session, and we have come to the end of the chapter 3, Understanding Social Institutions. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the Self Learning podcast.